Ladies and gentlemen, the RRT Boxing Show with Mr.A post-fight recap number 35 will begin shortly. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! In your face with another hit. The Ready Talk Boxing Show with Mr.A. Thank you for tuning in. New viewers, please become new subscribers. Help the show grow. Like I say, I'm starting every video with the broadcast. This is a show for you guys. I'm just the host, getting that boxing knowledge, helping everyone learn, new boxers. 40-second promo for the subscriptions. New subscribers, please come join the gang, join the party, join the fun. Now, we are talking the Lowe Walsh draw. Now, before I get into my scorecard, the way I do score fights is minute by minute. So 3-minute rounds, minute by minute. Who wins each minute? And in the rounds that Walsh won, well, I had to fight a draw. I did have a draw. I had a 114-114. And up into the championship rounds, which I did give to Walsh, I gave Walsh 1, 2, 5, 9, 11, and 12. Now, 5 is a tricky one we will get into, and 9 was a toss-up one. Now, 11 and 12 I gave to Walsh because it seemed as though Lowe's punches, he was just throwing in combinations, but they weren't hard. They weren't landing clean. They're more just visually deceiving. They're active. It was an active motion, but he wasn't landing as clean as he was from like the first 3/4 of the fight. To me, the fight really changed in round 9. It's a toss-up round for round 9, but that's when it seemed like Lowe's movement changed. Like those first 8 rounds, Lowe's movement was offensive. It was offensive prettiness. He was moving, fighting off it. And in round 9, it kind of seemed like the movement was more of a retreat movement, not more of a offensively set up movement. And just that flow of change kind of changed the action for me. Like I said, that's when it seemed like he wasn't punching as effective off his movement, wasn't landing as clean. And that being said, like I said, I repeated the opposite way. I gave rounds 3, 4, 6, 7, and 10 for Lowe. Now, when he won rounds, he usually won all 3 minutes. Like I said, I break the fight down minute by minute by minute in each round. Walsh's fight, his rounds, he had to win like a minute 45 seconds of a round. Lowe clean sweeped his rounds with his movement. Because the first 2 rounds I gave to Walsh, they're competitive rounds. I might even say round 1 might be round of the month. It was a really good. Well, we do have Dorset Coast and Gassif, so it might be round 2. But round 1 was a really good round of this fight. You can even say round 2. The first 2 rounds of this fight was really good. The back and forth action. Like I said, these guys is a hard fight to call, because if this guy landed a good shot, this guy answered right back. No one really stood out and dominated a round that just clean. But Lowe's rounds, like I said, when he won 3, 4, 6, and 7, he won 6, 7, and 8, 3 in a row on my card, and he wasn't winning it by just like boom, boom, power hits. That it was just that movement, that just stand around. A Walsh couldn't catch him, and he would just pick him apart, jab, jab, move, a little body shot here, a hook here, and he just really kept Walsh at a distance with the movement. Like in round 8, he did sneak a little uppercut in there, but for the most part, these guys were exchanging blow for blow, hit for hit. Like I said, this fight really came down to how do you score a fight. No one beat each other up to say, yeah, he was a definite winner. This was a great fight, back and forth action. Like I said, to me, Lowe started to gas out in round 9. He couldn't land effectively as he was previous 8 rounds on from moving and hitting. His accuracy dropped pretty bad. And like I said, and when he was on point, the intensity of the punches were lower, and Walsh's intensity seemed to stay all 12 rounds. And then in the championship rounds, he started going more towards the body. So, and that's another thing that made it tough to score in the championship rounds. You could score the activity of Lowe. They're not hard punches, and you also got to hit the body shots of Walsh towards the end of the fight. So it's a really good fight, real hard to score. And what could have changed it on my card is round 5, the first minute. I gave it a 10-10 because it was just really low amounts of action. And then the last 2 minutes I gave to Walsh. So it's like I said, round 5 he missed a lot. It all depends how you judge round 5. I gave it to Walsh, but then round 9 is a toss-up round for me. So that one, really good fight. Like I said, rounds 1 and 2, especially rounds 1, we could give this at least. I have to go back and see what the other nominees are, but this could be round, maybe not of the year, but it could be in the top 3 rounds of the year, but definitely round 2, I believe, for February. We got to give round 12 Gassiv and Dorothy Coast still, but this is a really good round. And but it's like I said, the championship rounds is what really, because I had Lowe winning the fight all the way up until round 11. He just seemed, his accuracy seemed to not be on point, and it fell off, and his movement was more of a retreat movement instead of how he was controlling offensively the pace with his movement. Now, that being said, new viewers, please become new subscribers. Old subscribers, thank you. The hats off for the support. Anyone who's watching this one, give us a thumb up to the channel. You know, show support to the show. Share it. Pass it on to your friends. Talk to them at the water cooler at work. Tell them, hey, you got to check out the RRT Boxing Show. Mr. A's a nut, but he tries to do the best. Get the word about all types of boxing fights on the RRT Boxing Show. Give a thumbs up. New viewers, become new subscribers. Once again, I appreciate it. The ones who's already a subscriber appreciate it. On to the next breakdown, the recaps, the show, the Mr. A's thoughts. On to the next one. Mr. A says, appreciate the love.